And the Chicago Bulls get some more play-in magic when they take on the Miami Heat today in a win-or-go-home game. This game, if the Bulls do win, it will send them into the playoffs to face off against the Boston Celtics. Can the Bulls do it? We'll talk about it all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this content, and it's game day as the Chicago Bulls are taking on the Miami Heat today. The Miami Heat will be without Jimmy Butler and Terry Rozier. We know that Jimmy Butler is the heart of that team, but this is still a team that's been through battles together before. They have one of the best coaches, if not the best coach in basketball right now, in Eric Spoelstra. You cannot overlook how dangerous this team can be, man. And so we're going to say I hope the Bulls are prepared in this game, that they come in here and they're ready to go, because if they're not, if they come in here lacking, it's going to be an ugly game. The Bulls can definitely win this game. There's no mistake about that. They have the ability to win this game for sure, but the Bulls have to be really focused to be able to do that. They have to be locked in on both sides of the ball. You can't overlook this team at all. And that, from what the Bulls have said, what they've talked about so far, it does seem like the Bulls are prepared for this game mentally. And that's the first step with the Bulls. Can you be mentally prepared and step up enough to win a game like this? That's the first thing, the mental aspect. Then, of course, coaching. Billy Donovan has to have this team prepared. Eric Spoelstra ain't lacking for nobody, right? We know that Eric Spoelstra is one of the best strategists in the game of basketball, and he makes adjustments all throughout the game. Eric Spoelstra just doesn't wait to have time to make adjustments. He makes adjustments quarter to quarter. Hell, he makes adjustments play to play. And so the Bulls are going to have to be prepared for this one. If not, it's going to be an ugly game for the Chicago Bulls. So let's hope that this Bulls team is prepared, man. That's the first thing mentally. And then don't turn the ball over. Keep control of the ball, man. If you don't do that, it's going to be ugly. The Miami Heat are going to play a lot of zone defense against the Chicago Bulls on top of that. And so with that said, we know that we haven't always been the best team as far as attacking the weak spots in the zone. We don't move without the ball. We don't move the ball around enough to really kind of move that zone to where you can find your wrinkle at. So shooting is going to be an important part. Io, Kobe, they've been shooting the three ball extremely well over this season for the most part, especially Io. Alex Caruso's three-point shooting is going to be needed as well, since he is good to go in this game. And so those are the things that we're looking for. This Bulls team has got to be prepared. It has to be. And if you don't, this can be a close game. It can be a game where the Bulls come out and look dominant, especially with Jimmy Butler out. Or it can be a game where the Bulls get completely outclassed and outcoached again, right? There's more than enough room for all three possibilities to happen for the Chicago Bulls today. If they want to win this game, if they truly want this, if this Bulls team wants a chance in the actual playoffs, right, then it's up to them to come in here, man. And DeMar DeRozan, I give DeMar so much credit for how he played in that last playing game. And, some people that don't really watch the game say he's stat pad and things like that. Ain't no point in stat padding and no playing. The stats aren't tracked. DeMar DeRozan let the game come to the other players, and he fit his game in there where he needed to be. That's where DeMar is the most dangerous. If the other players on the Chicago Bulls are playing in the way to where it allows DeMar DeRozan to pick his spots, to understand when and where he's going to get the ball, not necessarily having to take over the game, that's when the Bulls are the most dangerous. Because if you have your other players in Vooch, Kobe, Io playing well, and Alex Caruso as well, if you have those players, even Javante, if any three of those players are playing extremely well, and it allows DeMar DeRozan to be a complementary piece to where he's still dangerous, he's still going to be able to get to the free throw line, he's still going to be able to get you a tough bucket. That's when the Bulls offensively are at their best, because we don't move without the ball. I would much rather see us move without the ball, but because we don't, that's how we have to get it today. And this team gots to be prepared, man. I can't stress that enough. I know I say that a whole hell of a lot. Maybe it lose some impact, but because this team has been susceptible to losing to teams that are missing big pieces on their roster, You got to be prepared in this one. And one thing that people that sometimes us as fans we overlook, right, is that we say, "Oh, they're missing Jimmy Butler. He was averaging 20 points a game for them. That's going to be that's easy. Now we get 20 points off the board." That's not always how it works. When you have a player that's such a big part of that team's offense and they're out, yeah, it should make it easier. But again, the way that then the ball has to move around to other players, the fact that other players have to get involved and get a little bit more creative, it can make that team more dangerous, especially when they're coached by a coach like Eric Spoelstra. So the Bulls got to be prepared in this one, man. If they are not, it is going to be it has the potential to be an ugly game, and maybe that's the best, right? Sometimes when those games get a little bit ugly, right, when they get a little bit chippy, right, when they get physical, who steps up defensively in this game may very well be the team that wins this game, and hopefully the Chicago Bulls are on the right side of that, right? So those are the things that I'm looking for, man. I'm really, really hoping for this team just come in this game and just be prepared, man. I want them to be prepared. I need them to be prepared, and hopefully that's the case, man. This is a Bulls team that has played or in the last playing game played with a lot more heart than I gave them credit for. Coming into that game, they came in that game and right away you saw that they understood the assignment. They understood the seriousness of the moment. They did not back down by any stretch of the imagination. They played with 48 minutes of heart, 48 minutes of focus. Now, the thing is, they basically led throughout that game. This is going to be a game where if they do get down to a deficit at any point, how do you battle back? Do you keep your mental wits about you in that case, right? Do you falter a little bit? That's something to look at for with this team. Again, I'm not saying that they will. I'm just saying look out for it because we want to make sure that this team is ready to go, man. And that's it. I listen, I have the highest hopes, the highest respect for this team, and especially in the way that they played in the last playing game. And it's something different when your team's winning, right? And while we could talk about the Bulls getting a better draft position if they don't win this game, things like that. Hey, man, this is Chicago Bulls basketball, baby. I don't give a fuck about that draft pick right now. Go out there and get you a dub. Get your revenge from last year. Last year, the Bulls could have won that game. You took Drum out. You took Kobe White out. I don't think Billy Donovan makes that same mistake today. And that was a team that had Jimmy Butler on it, right? So this is I can't wait to see how this Bulls team performs tonight, man. I can't wait to see it. And if Kobe repeats or even gets close to that performance, 42 points in a playing game, man, listen, that performance by Kobe was special, and it wasn't just special because of the shooting. It was the mental aspect of that game. When you go back and watch that game, anybody, when it's all said and done, when the hype's died down, go back and watch that game and understand how Kobe White went about using his speed to kind of get players to foul him. And that's not something we've seen a whole hell of a lot from Kobe White. He's not been this savant at getting to the free throw line. In that game, it was like it all clicked for him. Now, we were playing against one of the worst defenses in the league in the Atlanta Hawks. The Miami Heat, even without Jimmy Butler, aren't a slouch defensively, especially with the way that they play zone and the way that Bam Adebayo can patrol that interior for them. And how Vooch does against Bam is going to be important too. So this is a big test for the Bulls, man. This just should be, hopefully this is a fun game, and that regardless win, lose, or draw, that the Bulls really step up and just play well, man. So let's hope. I know I've been talking a lot, man. Let's go ahead and go to the comment section, see how you guys are feeling about this. Shay in the building says, I understand that a lot of people are focused on Tyler Hero, and he can fill it up, I guess is what you mean. Fill the basket up, but Bam, Duncan Robinson, and Hami are not to mention Kevin Love are very dangerous, so look out for them. Do we even know if Duncan Robinson is playing for sure? I don't know if Duncan Robinson is actually available, but I agree with everything that you said there. Yeah, Tyler Hero can absolutely fill it up. Kevin Love, especially on rebounds in this, like he's not the shooter that he once was, even though I think there was a game either this season or last season where he shot the ball really good against us. Hami Hawkes has played really good against us his whole rookie campaign so far. So, yeah, you definitely don't want to overlook this team by any stretch of the imagination. That's great points there from Shay. MM says, I'm getting drunk either way. That's hilarious. Considering we win tonight and make the playoffs, do we trade Zach LaVine when a team beat the same team with even the better players from the previous year for a playoff position without the max player? I mean, I don't think anything changes. I think they have their plan for Zach. I don't think anything changes that. Anything less than the Bulls, like if the Bulls do go to the first round and they give the Boston Celtics, they rock them and give them a run for their money and win 2 games, maybe it solidifies. But I fully think this front office has their decision made already on what they want to try to do. Doesn't mean they're gonna be able to execute it, but I do think they already kind of have their mindset on which way they would like to go this offseason. Is it normal for me to be nervous right now? I understand that they don't have Jimmy, but they also have a lot of guys that have lit our asses up in the past. First of all, lit our asses up in the past and not saying no Diddy on that is wild, my boy. That's wild, little bro. But here's what I'll say, bro. Is that no, it's not nervous. We've seen this team all season long, and we know what this team can falter at. We know how this team can disappoint, right? So you don't want to forget that just because of a playing game where we look great to amazing. You don't want to overlook and get yourself into a sense of false security. And hopefully the Bulls aren't, right? This could be a situation where not just the Bulls. I don't want to make it seem like it's just a Bulls thing, right? But this is one of those situations to where a team could get themselves into a sense of false security looking at Jimmy Butler being out. I don't want the Bulls to do that. I want the Bulls to be prepared in this game. You got to come out like Jimmy. You got to come out like Jordan's playing on a team. You got to be prepared for everything they're going to throw at you because the Miami Heat are going to throw a lot of different looks at you defensively. They're going to keep throwing it at you. So Rob Antol says, come out with the revenge out there. Hey, man. Hey, listen. Time to slap the living F out of the Miami sheet. Bulls up. What's going on, BKR? Glad to have you in the building, brother. Let's fucking go. See Red beat. Yo, what up, Haize? What's going on, Young Bino? Glad to have you in the building, Brody. Honestly, F our draft odds. The draft class is weak anyway. I take playoff experience for young guys over anything. Hey, I feel you on that. Can definitely understand where you're coming from there. The main focus is going to be on DeMar DeRozan, so I would use him as a decoy for most of the game up until it's time to close it out. I don't know that. I think that we've seen teams even during the regular season when Kobe was hot that they tried to start taking the ball out of Kobe's hands and they almost, let DeMar, especially with the Miami Heat playing his own defense, they could try to take the ball out of Kobe's hands and allow DeMar to take some shots because it's not like he's a threat to shoot the three. So I get where you're getting at. I'm not saying that you're wrong. That's very well what we could see. But keep in mind, Eric Spoelstra is a strategist. So he may come in there with a different kind of game plan than what we're expecting from him for sure. So look out for that one. Billy rotations, I hope, are good tonight. You and me both, Rob. Haize, do you think we can expose Miami's zone defense? Expose? I don't know if we have the shooters to expose the type of zone defense that the Miami Heat play. But I do think that we can be successful in it. We got to move the ball around. We got to make our open shots. And I think we still got to try to attack the teeth of the defense where we can, right? That's one of the best things about that last game. That 72 points in the paint, or whatever it was. I think it was 72. Really helps everything else. So you want to look out for that as well. Maddie Legend says, let's go. Loving the black and gold today. Got to start to finish. I appreciate that. If you notice, this is the reverse of the shirt I wore for the other game. The other one was yellow with black lettering. It's basically the same shirt, just in reverse. It was my playing drip. I had to get it for the playing. I've been on my gold Bulls era is what it is, man. Let's go. Loving I already read that one. Laxus Garcia says, would you trade Zach for Klay? No. Keep Klay Thompson up off of this team. Let him go to the 76ers. Now, just like Noah said, losing and the losses you remember more. So will tonight be one of those games again like last year? Or do they take that loss and say this is the final game together, pull it out, put it all out there? Hey, let's hope that they do. Let's definitely hope that they do. Brazil Popular says, what up, fam? Let's go. What's going on, fam? Glad to have you in the building as always. Chris Newman, they played aggressive and attacked the rim last game. Yeah. Now, the zone defense of the Miami Heat is going to make it a little bit more difficult, right, to attack the rim. Attacking the rim against an Atlanta Hawks team is a lot different than attacking it against an Eric Spoelstra coach Miami Heat team. But, again, you want to keep some of those same methodologies, right, for sure. Gang, bipolar Bulls bet not be on that BS tonight. Hey, listen, I wish I could say I wasn't worried about it at all. But, again, this is Chicago Bulls, man. Got a feeling it's going to come down to the Heat's young players versus the Bulls' young players. Yeah, and one player that me nor Shay's message, don't overlook Nikola Jovic in this one as well. Do not overlook Nikola Jovic, man. Not a guy that at this point you're worried about going off on you every single night. But when Nikola Jovic gets hot, hey, he plays some damn good basketball, man. So you got to look out for that one. The Bulls need to be locked in. If not, we will lose. I don't disagree with you, Anthony. Drummond and Alex and Io are available. Good, good. Love to have everybody available in a game like this, Brandon. Bipolar are the big time up game today. We got that positivity too far to fuck up. Let's go, Chi-Town. Hey, let's hope so. Going to be hard to attack the zone. Hopefully, DeMar hits Vooch around the rim, around the free throw line, top of the key, and that next pass or shot goes down. We'll see. We will see. Zaquan says, "Hey, so who do you think needs to be the X factor for us to win?" I don't think any. I'm not going to put it all on any one player, but will we need an X factor to step up? Yeah, right. So, Io was that a little bit. Javante was that a little bit in last night's game. So, I'm not going to say any one player is a specific one that we need, but we do need somebody to step up and to give us something that we don't usually see from them night in and night out. Other than Javon Carter going 2 minutes and having a point differential of -11, like that's crazy. Billy would get out coached. Drum, perfect matchup against Bam, but he won't play much. Yeah, especially with the injury. He barely came back. You know what? Honestly, I don't think if this wasn't a play-in scenario, I don't think Drum would have played. If it was just like a regular season game, I don't think Drum would have played last game. But it is what it is. Hopefully, he don't step on his own teammates' feet anymore today, right? I've had enough feet injuries today, this season. Bulls have to win. I want to see more Bulls basketball, even if we lose to the Celtics. Hey, active beans, active beams. I was about to say active beams sounds like your stomach be hurting, my boy. But no, active beams. Listen, I mean, more Bulls basketball is more Bulls basketball. And to the point, I can't remember who made it earlier, is that this isn't the type of draft you want to tank in. You can still get some really good talent, even if Khalil Ware, even if you do make the playoffs. So, we'll see what happens there. We'll see. The only thing that you really miss out on is the chance at moving up to the lottery, right? And we know it's a chance. It's probably not going to happen. The Bulls haven't been lucky, but if the Bulls don't make it out this game, they just lose that chance of moving up to the lottery. Not the number one, but moving into the lottery. Tingen says, play through the defense. Offense will be there. You got to set your mark and tone defensively first. I completely agree with you on that one, brother. Can't take this Heat team lightly without Jimmy Butler. They're still competitive and still have twice as many shooters that we do without him, and have a coach who can outcoach Billy Donovan anytime. That one's for Melvin. Don't disagree with you, Melvin, at all. This game is going to come down to who can coach better tonight. Yes, Butler and Rozier are out tonight, but Eric Spoelstra is a hell of a coach. Billy got to get his head out of his ass against the Heat. I mean, Billy coached a good game last game, especially with the shortened rotation. I got to give him a lot of credit for that. Let's hope he can do it again. BKR says, I get that, Shay. We all know the Chicago team is up and down every game, from amazing to awful in an instant, but I choose to get effing hype behind this team and believe we're about to slap. Hey, listen, give that energy. Talk positivity. Positive talk is a real thing. Duncan Robinson is okay. All right. They're going to have another shooter out there. Duncan Robinson has lit us up before. He's definitely lit us up before. Considering the fact both teams doesn't have their best player in the lineup, if we lose to the same year we lost to last year, AK got to be having Billy foreseeable future in Chicago straight up trash. What? I don't get what you're saying, Bulls Daily. Like, listen, it is what it is, man. If we lose to the Heat, it kind of is what it is, right? It's crazy that we're back in the same exact scenario, though. Do you hear anything about Zach for Young? I will not do that deal, but I'm very, very nervous about this game, not going to lie. I mean, listen, the thing is, Vincent, is that what you're nervous about? If we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. It is what it is. We didn't even, if you being honest, most of us didn't expect the Bulls to be here, to give that type of performance they did against the Hawks. So listen, if they lose, the season ends, we go into the lottery. We'll see what we do this offseason. If we win, we got to face the damn Boston Celtics. So it's like, all right, it is what it is. And listen, I don't want none of y'all to start that we can be the Miami Heat from this year. Now, listen, Kobe played great last game, but we know that Kobe isn't consistent. Now, if we had a Kobe White that could do that every single night, it'd be a little bit different. But don't start that. Oh, the Miami Heat are going to push in the Eastern Conference Finals because the Chicago Bulls are because the Heat did it last year. Come on, let's let them show us first. I love that Haize changes the fuck to the F when you say the full word, but let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Hey, it's whatever my brain says. It's whatever my brain sees and says. Sometimes my brain sees the F. Sometimes it sees the fuck. It just is what it is. I be trying to clean up. I really do try to give my effort to clean up. I be trying to give my effort to clean up the channel and not curse as much, which I don't. For anybody who's been around literally since the first season, do I curse less than what I did in the first season of the show? I feel like I do. I feel like I curse less unless I'm pissed off. Now, if I'm pissed off, you can get anything at that point. Anybody can get it, but we'll see what happens there. Got the Bulls on the money line. Go Bulls. That's funny. Listen, I don't bet. So, what are the Bulls' chances beating the zone? Any one of the Bulls players play close to 48 minutes? Oh, come on, bro. We're playing 8 players today. You're damn right. We're probably going to have 2 players over 40 minutes, man. This playing shit is intense. Got an MF and heart racing. I mean, I guess I'm at the point where it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. Jackie Chan in the building says, "Am I the only one nervous?" Nope. A lot of people have said they're nervous, brother. JPEG, got to hit our threes tonight and then attack hard in the paint. On the D, we need close out on their attempts. No easy looks for the Heat tonight. We'll see, man. We'll see. As a mate says, "Hey, bro, what's good? I'm gonna be. It's gonna be a junkyard fight. Gonna be a dog fight. We know Miami and they know us. Got to go hard and be efficient." You're not. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Bro, I'm so nervous. It's summer here in the Philippines, but I'm getting cold. What? I mean, it's summer here too. Did you think the seasons were different? No, but I guess it's technically spring here. Haha, Haize be tripping. But listen, bro, there's no need to be nervous, man. Like, listen, let that I'm glad that everybody has the energy, right? Because at certain times the energy's been low from fans, and that's because of the team, right? So that's understandable. But here's the thing that I'm gonna say: we're playing with house money, right? We had that 4-15 start. If somebody would have told you guys that we were competing, that we were one game away from being in the actual playoffs against the Boston Celtics, people wouldn't have believed it, man. We're playing with house money. Either way, the season has its ups, the season's had its down. And one of the best things about this season has been the growth of Ayo Dosunmu and the growth of Kobe White. That's been one of the 2 best things about this season overall. And because you have that, it's a win for me. It's a win either way for me because of that. I love the fact that we have that we do have something that regardless of how this season ends, that we can look at and say, we went from having 2 players in Kobe and Ayo that showed flashes in different areas, right? But they've now showed themselves to where you can look at them and say they could be a permanent starting backcourt together. Now you have to do some other things. You're not saying that that's a championship starting backcourt, but you now see that, right? And because it's been consistent, especially for Ayo, Kobe's always going to have his ebbs and flows, right? He's going to have his time where he gets a little cold. It's unfortunate, but because you have those 2 players and them being young and on reasonable their contracts combined are less than $21 million. Because of that, that gives the Bulls something to hang their hat on. Now we got to keep building off of it. We got to keep building. Got to keep building. So, but yeah, let's hope that continues, man. You can't take away from the Chicago Bulls and what they do. You just can't take away from it. You can't take away from it. What up, brother? We can't take the squad lightly, regardless of the absence of Terry Rozier and Jimmy Butler. We already said that, Vern. You're late. You're late, Vern. You're late, Vernie. Poor Caruso. Drummond has to be the last person to step on your bad foot. Hey, listen, Drummond stepping on your foot is crazy. Crazy. The boys are gonna win tonight. Just gonna go Chicago Bulls. I see where the Bulls, Miami Heat lose tonight. I see where go. The Bulls, Miami Heat lose tonight. We need this game tonight, and they're gonna lose tonight. Chicago Bulls gonna beat the Heat, bro. Is that not the you did that on purpose? You're about as bipolar as the Bulls. Why you gotta be fucking with me, man? Why you gotta be fucking with me, bro? Why you gotta mess with me today? We hype right now. We getting ready for a playing game. Why you gotta fuck with me, man? Why you gotta fuck with me, bro? That's crazy. That's crazy. You curse more now. Hey, Rod, you weren't there from the beginning. You wasn't with us shooting in the gym. Yeah, unless somebody say something stupid. Yeah, people say something stupid. It is what it is. You don't curse unless someone says dumb shit. See, that's what I thought. Last year it was Max Strus who went off on us in the play-in. I wonder who's going to be this time. It's usually the role players predicting Caleb Martin and the rookie. Listen, Jaime Jaquez is dope. Jaime Jaquez is dope. You got to give credit to Jaime Jaquez and the player that he turned into. So we'll see. The Bulls have every chance of winning tonight. Go Bulls. Yeah, listen, the Bulls got an equal chance to win, come in and dominate this game as they do as this game going left for them. That's just the nature of the Chicago Bulls this season. But here's the thing. This is a Bulls team that I always say this, right? And because this has been the thing that I say, I got to hold true to my words. I've said for the Chicago Bulls to show me. Show me. They showed me in the last playing game. They showed every bit of the heart, every bit of the focus, letting the young guys not defaulting just to DeMar DeRozan. So they showed me. So now I'm going to say, hey, show me again. But because you showed me once, I'm going to give you a little bit more faith. Let's see what we're going to do, man. Let's see what we're going to do. It's Seaway's World in the building. Says, hey, Haize, what's going on, Seaway? Glad to have you in the building. I love Dalen Terry's defense last game. He's on Murray and Trey's ass. No diddy. But yeah, listen, Dalen Terry's figuring it out. And you gotta give credit for Dalen Terry to figuring out the way that he has, man. You definitely toned it down. Petty Roosevelt was a thing. Hey, Petty Roosevelt still pops up every. I think we've only had somebody correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. We probably only have had maybe 4 to 5 appearances of Petty Roosevelt this season. The time I went on a rant about ownership, the time I went on a rant about Billy Bubblegum Donovan. I went off on somebody in the comment section one time. But yeah, it's probably been like 4 or 5 appearances of Petty Roosevelt this year. Ref will probably swallow the whistles a lot, so got to keep playing and not complain and get back on defense. Yeah, that is one thing that the Bulls do. They let the refereeing and the officiating get in their head sometimes, so they definitely need to avoid that. The DeMar pump fake jokes still crack me up. Hey, listen, I'm telling y'all, DeMar be pump faking and everything in life. DeMar be pump faking. Have no doubts about it. DeMar pump fakes. Like I said, DeMar be calling people. He let it ring once, he hangs up, and he immediately calls back. DeMar DeRozan be pump faking. He be pump faking. I need Kobe to be out there, player coaching like he did last game and making good IQ decisions. Then we will get this. I mean, listen, Kobe White's leadership has been another revelation of him to see, right? Definitely. Drum's pregame fit tells me he's feeling like Magic Mike tonight. I mean, listen, you know that generation dresses weird. You know they dress weird. Last game was why I was for the young guys getting experience in important games like this rather than just tanking or rebuilding. Dalen Terry, Ion Kobe, our future stepped up and wanted it. Facts. Absolutely facts on that one. Certification Poppy says, off topic, but do you think Miami trades Jimmy to go? No, they're not trading Jimmy Butler. I'm telling y'all right now, mark my words, Ion Kobe going to be real trouble next year for a lot of guards. I would not be surprised if that does happen. I know I know it'll take a while to find out, but Haize, you should make a compilation video of all the times you went petty. Bro, I don't even know. I don't even know. Like, I wouldn't even be able to do that. We need big performances from Io, Kobe, Vooch, and we're getting from DeMar. We also are role players and bring the energy. Duh! Oh shit! Hold on. I'm sending the link in the Telegram now, Brody. I've been in fucking autopilot all goddamn day, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Work kicked my ass today. There you go, Dub. I put it in the group chat. Miami Heat is barbecue chicken tonight. Hey, don't take that for granted. Don't do it. Don't you take that for granted, bro. Need Jay Green to be the X factor tonight. Listen, we just need somebody to step up. So, is Julian Phillips a chance to return if we make it past the Heat tonight? We need more rotation pieces. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on with Julian Phillips. Like, they moved they basically stopped giving timelines for Julian Phillips. So I think that probably points to the fact that Julian is not going to be playing at all this game. So or the rest of the season. And that's cool, right? It is what it is when it comes down to that. What up, Dub? I can't hear you. Uh-uh.
Okay, you hear me now?
Yeah. What's good, Dub?
Yo, what's good? I forget that every time when you go on your new streaming platform, you have to readjust all your settings. So I'm
Yeah.
over here like, what the hell is going on here, man? I don't know if you see me in the backstage. I'm looking at the camera like, what the hell is going on?
You ain't never used Restream before?
Never in my life, bro. Never in my
Yeah,
life. So we
I
just
love
here.
Restream, man. It's my preferred thing. What's going on, man? If y'all don't know, this Dub from Players Choice, man.
Salute to everybody, man. I'm very upset, Haize. I mean, you kind of told by my attitude when you invited me. I didn't even. I don't want to be involved in anything Miami related right now. I just want to watch the game in peace and not really talk about anything. And I'm kind of expecting us to, not perform well. You heard Jimmy Butler, messed up his MCL, so he's gonna be gone for a couple weeks. So expect a
Yeah.
first round exit or something like that. And then I don't know if you heard of the story of Tyler Hero
Jimmy and
swinging on
Tyler
Jimmy.
Hero getting into
Yeah,
it? That's crazy, right?
I mean, it's expected. I mean, I kind of like when I heard the story, I'm like, okay, it fits Jimmy Butler and who he is. He was a guy that got on Cat's case and Wiggins' case on the Timberwolves. So he's doing it again to Tyler Hero. And Tyler Hero was like, bro, like he mad as hell too. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Haize. You're playing the game and you play trash, and somebody tell you play trash, you extra mad. You feel me? Like,
yeah. That's a fact. That's a fact.
and
What's your confidence level though tonight? Without Jimmy Butler, how you feeling you guys could do, man?
you know what's so weird about Miami? And I hate this. Like I absolutely do. It's like the times when you don't think they're gonna do nothing, that's when they do something. And it's annoying as hell, Haize. So I'm going into this game. We're gonna lose. We're not gonna do nothing. Tyler Hero's probably gonna play bad. Watch him drop like 40. Watch him drop 40. Now, like I said, I don't even want to talk about it because my heart is broken. Because even if we get through this plan, bro, both of us are going to lose to the Bucks. I mean, to Boston Celtics.
To the Boston Celtics, yeah.
So it's like, because do y'all expect Lightning to strike twice in 2 years? The 8th seed beating the 1 seed? I don't. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that I think when people look at the Heat culture things and stuff like that, especially Eric Spoelstra, like something about that pairing of Eric Spoelstra and Jimmy Butler, you never quite want to count them out. But missing Jimmy, if y'all do make it past us today and make it into that first round, y'all not gonna have him any of the first round more than likely, unless Jimmy just decides to tape up his knee and say, "F it, I'm just gonna play."
The thing is with Eric Spoelstra is he's been getting me tight because it seems as if, especially when Hero's there and Jimmy Butler's there, he's so committed to those guys. I think I said this yesterday from the logo, but I think you missed it. Like, bro, Tyler Hero's shooting 9 for 27.
Yeah,
Tyler's shooting 5 for 20 in the game. You got Bam Adebayo getting buckets out the mud. We've seen him plenty of times this year show up in the clutch, provide great scoring, reliable scoring throughout the entirety of the game when Jimmy and Tyler Hero was not there. Why aren't you feeding through this guy at all? Bro, he barely got fed. There's only a couple times where he got some post touches. He barely did any DHOs too. And I'm looking at Eric Spoelstra like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, just completely negating Bam Adebayo, who he is as an offensive player. So, and Nick Nurse cooked the hell out of him in that second half. I don't know. You seen that adjustment he made, bro?
Yeah. Nick, I gotta give Nick Nurse credit. I've been a harsh critic of Nick Nurse, but he coached a hell of a game that game, man. I gotta give him credit for it.
Bro, how they copy our zone and then start cooking us with that same zone? Yo, bro, I'm telling you, I was hurt. I was in pain watching this game, bro. And all this nonsense about Tyler Hero and Pat Riley and that. No, we could have got Bradley Beal. Didn't want to give a Hero. We could have got a guy like James Harden. Didn't want to give up Hero. Well, look at now. Who you got now? A guy that you thought was Trae Young or Luka? The fuck? I'm sorry for cursing. Get the hell out of here with that.
We curse here, bro. You good?
Get the hell out of here with that nonsense, bro. But how you feel about this game in the Bulls, though?
I look at it like I know the Bulls have the capability to play great. They also have the capability to, like, hell, we lost to the Detroit Pistons twice and the Washington Wizards twice, I think, this year. So like we have the equal. It all comes down to, I think, how they set the tone first defensively. What we've seen from the Bulls is that when they play well defensively to start a game, it makes everything easier for them. And you can say that about a lot of teams, but the thing with the Bulls is that when they aren't engaged mentally defensively, they never get back engaged. So they got to kind of start it off with that. And we're gonna need big nights from Kobe again, and Io and DeMar. Vooch played a really good game, but Vooch doesn't usually play good against Bam. Bam usually has Vooch's number, so I'm really looking at the other players around that to step up. But Vooch has to be at least respectable enough to where you got to make Bam guard you the whole entire game. You can't let Bam start roaming and blocking shots, because then it ain't no game we went into that point. So.
I mean, Vooch, if he's going to be just settling for them 3-point shots, and I mean, it's just going to be easy pickings for us, And is Terry Rozier playing tonight?
No, Terry's out too.
Oh my God. Like, bro, I don't want to talk about this game.
This your team, man. It's your team, bro. You got to listen.
I don't want to, bro. And what was up with the DNP from Duncan Robinson? I still don't know what's up with that.
They said he's available today, so I don't know what was going on with that,
bro. But why? Supposed to stay doing this with him, bro. Put him out there. Just put him out there, bro. There's no offense at all, and I don't know why he didn't play against Philly at all. I don't know why. Put him out there, like Eric. I'm not gonna lie. Eric Spoelstra has been getting too much love right now because he needs to get cooked for some of the things he was doing against Philly. Like he's doing ridiculous stuff. It's god awful, bro. And the fact that the fact that y'all could not adjust to the Batum threes, it's like, bro, just put a hand up. The man's been hitting 3 threes and you're still letting him shoot. The hell's wrong with you? So Eric Spoelstra, if he loses this game, depending on how it goes, he needs to get cooked as well because
but cooking Spo does what? It's not like he's not going to leave ever. He's going to be the coach of the Miami Heat until he moves into the front office. They're never moving on from Eric Spoelstra.
That's true, but it's accountability, man.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you.
We got to hold these guys accountable, man. If they wrong, they wrong. So Jimmy Butler getting a bit past because he basically sprained his MCL and still tried to play through it. But shooting 9 for 27 and then you miss a punch and now you got 9 for 28. Hero, you got to step up too, bro. How old is he right now? 25?
Bro, sounds about right.
He's 24. He's 24 years old. Literally just turned 24 this year. And he's the same player, Haize. He's damn near the same exact player he was back in like 2020, 2021. He got a little bit better all across the board, but it's generally the same. That's sad. Haize, were you the same person 4 years ago?
Hell no. I was crazy, so no.
So improvement, improvement. And it's like there's no improvement with this guy. And it's like I think some people, and this is like a new generation thing where, I get kind of worried when young guys get hyped up too early because then there's a level of satisfaction that they meet that makes that desire to be better kind of not be there no more because you're getting so much satisfaction and praise already without meeting ends meet. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happens with a lot of up and coming players, bro. Even like quarterbacks who don't even make it to the league or like gets a bench, like just a bench. What's it called? A backup quarterback. Yeah, backup. Like, bro, there's guys, backup quarterbacks going to Rock Nation events and everything, getting signed with them. You got crazy amounts of like high schoolers, even college players that probably don't, some of them don't even make the league, getting tons and tons of sponsors and clout online. And it's like, bro, like the mentality of people, not everyone's wired the same. And when you're getting all that love, it kind of kills everyone's desire to improve and be better, because it's like, bro, I'm doing all this right now. I'm straight. So it's like, it's a gift and a curse right now, what's going on with like social media and everything. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, I could feel you on that. Like, and that's why you got to be able to separate. The greats know how to separate themselves from the players who are attempting to be. How do you feel about a player I want to ask you about, like, because really hype. I liked him in the draft. I actually wanted the Bulls to draft him. How do you feel about how Nikola Jovic has developed over the course of the season?
Nah, he's trash. I swear I don't know why people like him. I was watching on Low Stream the other night. This guy, oh yeah, Jovic and everything. Yeah, I like what he's been doing. Jovic is not great at all. I don't know what's the praise with him. He's a very streaky offensive player. He usually starts the game, and then the second half he barely gets playing time unless they're blowing a team out because he's not a great defender. He's not a great shooter. He's not a great ball handler. He's not a great finisher. He's not a great mid-range shooter. He's not a great anything. He's not great anything. He's a terrible defender, number one.
He is god awful defensively.
So it's like I don't. Jovic is just, to be honest, he's just there. He's literally just there, just to fill a spot out and just to fill in some minutes because there's really not really a lot of lengthy wings that we have right now. Because we had like Josh Richardson, but he's not really lengthy, but he was playing a lot of minutes, but he got hurt. DeLon Wright and his offense is non-existent a lot of the times. And he's pretty small as well. So the main reason Jovic is out there, I promise you, is just for size. That's the only reason he's out there. And he does nothing great. He does nothing well. He does a little bit. Honestly, he does nothing even average. He's a bad player. He's a bad player. I swear he is. He does nothing great.
You sound like when I talk about Javon Carter. That's crazy.
That makes sense. But I want to ask you, who you expecting tonight to really go off for you and possibly be able to beat the Miami Heat because of that person's performance? Who's the X factor for you?
I mean, I think it all starts and ends with Kobe, especially with the way that you guys play zone defense. DeMar ain't breaking up a zone at all, right? We know that. Alex Caruso and Ayo have both shot the three much better this season. Bam's about to smother Nikola Vucevic. So I think it comes down to Kobe and then also Javonte Green coming off the bench. Like, not as necessarily somebody who's like may not score a bunch of points, but it's all the little things. Like Javonte Green does the thing where he'll have 6 rebounds or 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, and 10 points. And it's like, damn, he was out there balling. He changed his momentum. So I think it all starts and ends with Kobe White in this game, I think.
I agree. So you watched the Sixers game, right? So you remember how I said Kobe White better than Tyrese Maxey?
Uh-huh.
How you feel about that?
I mean, I've been saying Kobe White's better than Tyrese.
Oh, you agreed. Oh, it was the other dude that disagreed.
I agree that Kobe White's better than Tyrese Maxey. I just to me, it's just that Kobe just got to be consistent, man. And I think every player, when they that first year that they get to the point of like being the guy on offense, they have some inconsistencies. Kobe just got to find it, like, because Kobe had that thing where he has 8 games of playing great, and then 4 or 5 of playing bad, and then 3 games of playing mid, and then he's back up. Like, I just need him to be a little bit more consistent next season.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. Well, I got to go work out before this game because I don't want Haize to make fun of my man titties again. But I'll catch
fun of the arms. I ain't saying nothing about the man titties.
You lie. We got the video. But like the video, subscribe, man. Salute to you, brother. Salute to everybody in here. And yeah, I'm probably gonna be crying in the corner by the end of the night. So y'all be easy, bro.
I'll let you, man.
Salute.
Peace. All right, y'all. Hey, listen, it's good bringing a Heat fan on, right? Different perspective. We don't always have a guest on from the fans of the team. Most of the times I bring on guests, they're all Bulls fans. So, add a little bit of a different wrinkle on it. That may be something I actually try to do more next season as well, as bring on guests and maybe creatives that cover the other teams during some of the pregame shows, maybe even some of the postgame shows, so we can bring that on. So, yeah, that's what it comes down to, man. But, hey, I hope y'all enjoyed that. I hope y'all like having a Heat fan on. Like I said, different perspective on it. But this game, to get ready to wrap this stream up, man, I hope the Bulls perform the way that we know that they can in this game. And I hope that positively, right? I really hope that this team comes in and they execute. And that gives this Bulls team so much of an edge when they just execute the way that they are supposed to execute. That's it. That's all you got to do. That puts you in so much of a better position, especially defensively. This is going to be a Miami Heat team that's not going to go away. They're not going to go away. They're not going to make it easy on you, regardless if they have Jimmy Butler or not out there. They are going to absolutely be trying to kill you out there. So, let's hope that the Bulls are prepared for what's coming tonight. Let's hope that Billy Donovan has this team prepared mentally and scheme-wise, right? Because Eric Spoelstra is going to be making adjustments throughout the whole entire game. Throughout the whole game. It's not going to stop. And And that's where Billy Donovan sometimes falters at as a coach when the opposite team starts doing random shit. Billy Donovan doesn't always adjust well to it. So let's hope that we get that version of the Bulls team today that does adjust to that has that game plan, that is prepared. If they do, it can go in the Bulls' favor. I'm not going to say that it will for sure, but it can go in the Bulls' favor if they do that. So let's hope that that's the case, man. But that's it for the pregame show. I'll be back at the postgame. Not postgame, halftime. I'll be back halftime show. But I love you guys, man. Let's get this dub, y'all. Let's get this dub. Give that positive energy. Get ready for this game. Let's mentally prepare. Let's give this Bulls team some energy. And let's hope the Bulls can go out there and get a dub on the road. But I love you guys. Go Bulls. See you, Red, y'all. Be back at halftime. Peace.